Hello and thanks for clicking on my big fat face. This is Vital Newcastle, your new source for all things Newcastle. We have to start by talking about yesterday's VAR shambles, don't we? We talked about Crystal Palace. We got a 0-0 draw, despite the fact that on 50 something minutes we were 1-0 up, and that was an own goal by Tarek Mitchell after he launched Willock into his own keeper. And apparently, the ref ruled that as being a foul on the keeper. How can it be a foul on the keeper when it was caused by his own player? If anything, the only way that goal shouldn't have stood is if you had to call it back for a penalty. But in that case, you might as well just give the goal. I just don't understand what's going on with VAR at the minute. West Ham had one. Nothing wrong with that goal that was disallowed the last minute against Chelsea. Absolutely nothing wrong with it, except for the fact it was against Chelsea. It's starting to take the mick a little bit, and also I'm starting to take heed of all these anti-Newcastle conspiracy theories. I didn't want to. It's not my kind of thing to get involved in conspiracy theories of any kind, but there's too much evidence. You've got to look at what Eddie Howe said in his press conference the other day about no team wanting to do us a favour in the transfer market. We've got all these players that we've gone for that have had their prices hiked up. All the messing about in January that Man United did with Jesse Lingard and Dean Henderson in the summer. It does seem like there's a big anti-Newcastle rhetoric going around, and something needs to be looked at. I mean, I know the Premier League aren't out to do us any favours. I mean, they're probably still seething that the takeover went through. But in the interest of fair competition, surely something's got to be looked at. We're supposed to be in the greatest league in the world, yet it's an absolute shambles. Week in, week out, we get these dodgy refereeing decisions. I mean, Wednesday, where do we start with that? 8 minutes of added on time. Yes, I know a lot of our players went down and tried to buy a couple of minutes and like a few seconds here and there. So maybe the added time should have stood. But there were other decisions in that match that went against us. I mean, Isaac's second goal, that was perfectly acceptable. And I'm not understanding the offside rule either. VAR doesn't make it any clearer. We have to look at the fact that if Isaac was actually offside, if one part of his body was ahead of the defender on Wednesday, it was millimetres. And how much of an advantage was he seriously going to gain from that body part being that far further ahead than the Liverpool defender? I still believe in the clear daylight rule, and I think that's the one that should be enforced by VAR. The daylight rule and advantage to attackers, that's the one that needs to come back, and VAR needs to support that rule, not his toenail was just a little bit ahead of the defender. It's starting to take the mick a little bit. But we look back yesterday at the game against Palace, and despite the fact that we were without our creative forces in St Maximin and Bruno, we were missing Wilson still, we did put up a good fight. We dominated the game. I mean, yeah, Palace had their chances. Nick Pope had to make a few good saves, but for the most part, it was Newcastle. I mean, what was the graphic on Sky? 42 shots and no goals. It's not often you see that. So yeah, we peppered Guy. He was equal to pretty much everything except when he was felled by Willock after being launched like a trebuchet into his skull. But we need to start putting these chances away. This has always been our problem. We lack creativity in the final third. That creativity was there yesterday, especially when Anderson came on. He was just pinging balls in the box left and right, different speeds, heights, and there was just nobody getting on the end of them, except for Palace defenders. Isaac made a questionable decision in the first half when he was through one-on-one, tried to chip the keeper when really he should have gone either side. But it's his second game in the Premier League, we can't really criticise him. And in his first game he scored 2 perfectly good goals. Boy, he's going to be a menace. When he's got St Maximin and Bruno back helping him out, he's going to be an absolute menace. Once he gets his shooting figured out, you know, put it in the corner instead of trying to lob, he's going to be something else. I mean, 63 million already looks like a bargain. He's everywhere. He's quick. He's got a good little touch on him. He can take defenders on. I mean, I can't wait to see this guy in full swing, and I cannot wait until we have a full team behind him. So yesterday's draw means that we're now without a win since the opening day of the season. Yes, we picked up points in every game except the Liverpool one, but we need to start picking up wins now, especially at home. Home is where our points are going to come from, so we need to make sure that those points are 3 points and not just 1 point here and there. Can't fault the team's endeavour. I mean, it's not like they're playing for draws. They are trying to get the win, and we'll get there eventually, but we need to start picking these wins up quickly. We are the better team on pretty much every game. I mean, obviously, going against Liverpool and Man City, we had to bide our time, but for long spells against City we were the better team, and spells against Liverpool as well. It's not like we're not capable of picking up these wins. We just need to, I don't know, we just need that creativity, that spark in the final third that's going to get us over the line. West Ham next week, and they're going to be seething after what happened to them yesterday, so that's going to be Newcastle and West Ham next week. Both teams wronged by VAR this weekend, so there's going to be a bit of fire in their bellies for that one. Tough one to call. I'm going to have to wait and see how the week plays out, and we need at least Maxi or Bruno back, preferably both. And you know what? It's about time Elliot Anderson got a start. If Maxi or Bruno don't make it next week, Elliot Anderson needs to start, because he was something else yesterday when he came on. He's proved it time and time again when he's come off the bench that he has what it takes to play in this league. But anyway, that's it for this first video. Hopefully I will be back soon with some more NUFC related stuff. You can always keep up to date with Newcastle related news by clicking up there, the newcastle.vitalfootball.co.uk. I post on there every day with news, updates, opinions, reviews, quizzes, polls, the lot. So keep your eye on Vital Football, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.